If you've ever wondered what the secret to going viral is, you can stop wondering, because the Instagram CEO literally just did a super in-depth and quite revealing interview, basically sharing the exact blueprint and guide around the algorithm and how it works and how you should use it to go viral. It was really cool because, he didn't hide anything. He's saying this is what the algorithm is designed to do, and this is what you should be doing if you want the algorithm to pick you up and make you go more viral. So if you create any kind of content online, regardless of whether it's in Instagram or not, you should watch that video. But it is a very long and in-depth video. So if you don't want to watch the full interview and just want the actual summary around what are the new rules, what are the changes to the algorithm, what you should start doing immediately, and what mistakes you're probably making that you can just stop doing, because he just comes out and tells you like what doesn't matter anymore, and you can just stop wasting time on those things. So watch this video. I'm going to share all of those things. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Liam. We had 17 videos go viral in the last 12 months that have done collectively 5 million views on Instagram. So we know what we're doing with regards to Instagram content. I found this interview to be really insightful. So if you create content of any kind, regardless of what platform it is, I think the insights from this interview can be used across any platform. So let's get into it. So he comes right out the gate and shares the 3 main priorities for the Instagram platform in 2025. And they are, 1, valuing original content. So obviously there's a lot of accounts that blow up that just copy other people's content or repurpose their content. He's saying that they're working harder and harder to value and prioritize original content more than repurposing content. Not that repurposing content doesn't work. He's just saying that they're trying to reward users of original content more so. And another part of that is helping smaller creators break out. So, and we've seen this year over year, like the advantage for smaller creators is getting better and better each year. And they've come out and directly said that we want smaller creators to break out more and more. So again, if you're a small creator, if you're just starting out, this is the best time to start trying to go viral on these platforms. The last thing he talks about is the third main goal is making trends happen more quickly on the platform. And if you've ever experienced this yourself, maybe you experienced this like when you're starting a new account and you're trying to go viral and you're not getting that much traction. This is part of it, because the algorithm works on data. The less data it has, the harder it is to really make the biggest impact. And so don't get too dissatisfied. Like I call it Instagram jail, because no matter how good your content is, sometimes like you can be stuck in a bit of Instagram jail temporarily. Don't take that saying as like gospel and say that if you're not getting results, you're in Instagram jail. It's probably not. It's probably because your content sucks and you're probably breaking all of these rules that this guy's come out and immediately said. But they're the 3 main goals, all right? He immediately comes out and says something else, which is pretty cool, which is the truth about hashtags. So he just categorically says that hashtags do not significantly increase reach, okay? Hashtags do not. So everyone says, oh, you need to put your hashtags in the comments, or you need to put your hashtags in the description, or you need to use 3 to 6 or 9 to 7 or whatever. Like it's all bull crap. It doesn't matter. The AI has gotten so good at understanding what you're talking about in your videos, in your posts, at analyzing the text. The reason why hashtags existed in the first place was to try and help get the right content in front of the right audience that were actually interested in that content, because they didn't have this AI-driven algorithm that could understand what your post was about. Whereas now it's like if you post a picture of food, the AI knows that it's food, and the AI knows what kind of food it is. And if it's bacon, it'll send that photo out to bacon lovers, and you don't have to do the hashtag bacon lovers. Okay, so don't worry about hashtags. It's a waste of time. Just forget about it. The next thing he goes to talk about is understanding reach metrics. So the 3 most important metrics are shares, watch time, and time spent on content. I'll say that again: shares, watch time, and time spent on content. So shares are really interesting because, and he comes out and says it, it's like shares are a cheat code for a platform like Instagram, because someone finds something funny or something useful on Instagram. They think, oh, this person will really like this, and they'll send it to their friend, and that friend will get a notification, whether that is via text message or via a WhatsApp message, or it doesn't matter how they get the notification. But that friend that receives the information has gone from being not active on the platform to all of a sudden active on the platform. And if you understand how social media businesses make money, they make money by time spent on the platform, because the more time that someone spends, the more ads that they get served, and they make money for every ad that gets served, okay? Because businesses like mine and probably yours spend money on these platforms to create ads and get those ads in front of the right customers. So getting someone who is not active on social media to get a notification and then open up the app to see what kind of message their friend sent them is a really efficient way of driving revenue. Okay. And so that's why they're prioritizing shares more than pretty much anything, right? And so forget about like likes and comments and like that sort of thing. That stuff does have an impact, but they've come straight out and just said that if your content is good enough that people feel like they want to share it with their friends and they do share it, that'll get prioritized far more than anything else. All right. So this is really cool because we can reverse engineer this and go, so, well, what kind of content is shareable? High quality content that makes people laugh, content that makes people reflect, content that makes people think, content that people think that it's valuable. All right. And so all of this stuff, and this is why at the start of the video, I said it doesn't matter if you're on Instagram or not, with regards to posting social media content, because all algorithms think this way. Like all social media platforms want people to pick up their phone and start using the platform so that they can get sent ads, right? That's how they make money. If everyone's just not on their phone and they're at the beach enjoying their life, the social media platforms are very sad because they're not getting shown ads, right? So getting sent a link from a friend in a DM, whether it's a text message or it doesn't matter where it is a really effective way to get someone away from the beach and back into the social media vortex. It sounds so crazy that this is how it works, but it's actually how it works. But if you're a content creator or a business owner, then you need to understand this. You need to be like, okay, well, what kind of content can I create that will actually create shares? Like what's actually helpful and not just trying to go viral, right? I think I'm practicing this right now with this kind of video, right? This video isn't designed to go viral. It's not fancy or anything. It's just trying to be really helpful. And chances are that you'll see this and be like, oh, this is actually really valuable. And you'll send it to your business partner or you'll send it to your friend who's trying to go more viral on Instagram or struggling to get traction with your Instagram. And I'm explaining why in a really short and succinct and easy to understand way compared to watching the entire video of this interview of the CEO of Instagram. All right. So shares, doesn't matter where they are, whether they're in DMs or stories, it's all valued equally. And then finally, watch time, seconds watched, total watch rate matters. Okay, so it's like if they find your video or the video gets shared by someone and person watches it and then they bounce because they don't like it or it doesn't give them what they want in the first 3 seconds and they bounce, like it's going to tank the overall impact and the overall potential of the reach and the virality. All right. Watch time matters. If you get people staying and being absorbed in the video, it has more chance of going viral. All right. So the next section was really interesting. So some common myths about the algorithm and algorithm realities. Small tweaks happen daily, but massive changes are rare. This is, again, coming back to it doesn't matter what platform you're creating content for. The platform is always optimized to do the same thing. Increase the amount of time spent on platform, increase the amount of people on the platform. Because if you can get those two things, you can show them more ads and the platform makes more money. So everything else around the algorithm is designed to enhance those things, right? And so what he's saying is when they do tweak the algorithm, it's just designed as a different way to still achieve that overall goal. And so that's why if you create your content from a first principles thinking point of view of around what is going to be the most helpful content, the best content that people actually want to consume and actually want to share with their friends. Doesn't matter what small changes they make to the algorithm. If you do that, you will get way more success. And this is just like a common myth. It's like, oh no, I need to focus on carousels. I can't focus on reels anymore, blah, blah, blah. And it's all rubbish, right? You can win by focusing on carousels. You can win by focusing on posts. You can win by focusing on reels. You can win by focusing on stories. Like it doesn't matter, right? All that matters is that are you helping the platform achieve its number one goal, which is keeping people engaged and happy on the platform, right? So he goes on to talk about like big swings in performance because sometimes you might see like big changes and it's usually due to world events, not algorithm changes. Okay, so like big things happen in the world that changes the rhetoric around people, what people talk about. And this is what he says, like don't overreact to like small parts of sample data. Like if you have a couple of posts that tank that you thought would go really good and in the past they went really good, he's like, just don't worry about it. It's probably an outlier with regards to a small sample size. Over time, it all corrects itself. Just relax, just keep going, and everything will sort itself out as long as you are doing good content, right? This is another interesting thing he said. I kind of skipped over this bit, but it's pretty important. Taking breaks like 1+ month hurts performance because the algorithm lacks recent data. Again, this comes back to what he's saying is like overall data is really, really important. If you're taking breaks and you're not consistent, you're not giving everything the algorithm wants, in saying that, it's like your content that you're producing, and I'll die on my heel here, which is your content is for people, right? So if you're just putting out crap content because you're scared, the algorithm's going to shun you from being inactive. What ends up happening is you actually shun real people. Like if you just put crap content out there because you're like, oh no, I don't want the algorithm to hurt me. But as a result, the people that follow you watch your content and you waste their time because it's crap and not valuable. That does far more damage than the algorithm having a break in pushing your content out, right? So I'll always say it's like, if you're at a choice between putting something average and mediocre or not posting at all and the algorithm punishing you, choose for the algorithm to punish you every single time. Because once you break the trust of a real person, a real viewer, a real follower, it's very hard to win that trust back, okay? And so if you can think of it from that lens, remember that you're trying to please and help other people, not please an algorithm, you're going to be much better off. Another really interesting thing that he revealed is Instagram's views on length. Okay, so he's come out and said Instagram is a short form platform. So they are prioritizing short form video compared to long form video. All right. And this is really interesting because a lot of the other platforms, like you're probably watching this on YouTube, like YouTube tends to focus and prioritize total time spent on the platform. And so longer videos can get awarded in a disproportionate way sometimes, right? Whereas he's come out and said Instagram isn't trying to optimize purely for time spent like other platforms. Instagram prioritizes short form video over long form, and short videos align better with Instagram's friend connection sharing use case. All right. So again, coming back to the fact that social media platforms are a sea of real people with, real desires and real dopamine addictions. And so understanding what they're trying to achieve with those things helps it make it much easier for you with regards to what kind of content you should produce. So content length, again, this doesn't mean try to make super short videos. It just means don't try and make super long videos in a way to hack the algorithm. And guys, like everything in this video, it's him reassuring us that if you try and hack the algorithm, you're missing the point entirely. Like the algorithm is designed to reward people that are trying to create good content. And so as long as you do a good job of that and get better at that, you're going to have a much better time and the algorithm will reward you. One really cool thing that I think will have significant impact in 2025 is he announced this blend feature that's going to be coming soon. And the fact that at the moment, when we go on Instagram, when we look at our For You feed, which is just the feed and we scroll through, the algorithm finds as much relevant content, and this is in the Explore tab as well, much relevant content that we think we will enjoy, right? And because the data shows that DMs and sharing content with our friends and the people we care about is a major reason why we use these platforms, they're going to experiment with feeds inside of group chats. And so like instead of us sharing a funny reel with a friend of ours and being like, haha, check out this reel, we can actually just go into our conversation and the algorithm will find a reel that they think we both will like. Okay. So this is really interesting with regards to a discoverability point of view. And if you're a business owner or if you're a creator and you want to get more people noticing you and you want more views and more virality, this could be a game changer because it's just another avenue for you to become discovered. Okay. So really, really interesting. But again, we'll only favor high quality content, right? Because high quality content is what people are going to enjoy and people are going to come back into their group chats and see what new reels and new posts are popping up for them. He went on to talk about some other stuff, which I don't think is as relevant, like live features and updates of Instagram Live, etc. But he finished off with addressing some misinformation. The fact that Instagram doesn't suppress your reach to get more people to buy ads, like this would be a completely unsustainable business model. And he talks about this, like they make more money by giving people more reasons to create content, right? And get more reach. Okay, so they're trying to get you as much reach as possible if your content is good. If your content is not good and it doesn't achieve what he was talking about, like it doesn't get people sharing it, it doesn't get people sending it to their friends, being like, you should really check this out, this is how good it is, then of course your reach is going to be stopped, all right? And you might see other people like doing similar stuff and getting like reach and you're not. Like that doesn't mean that like they're just lucky. It just means that there's outlier situations and there might be a whole bunch of data that algorithm has for their account that hasn't updated for you yet. All right. And so all you need to do is concentrate on what you can control, which is just trying to make good content that's helpful and helps Instagram and all these other social media platforms, no matter which one you're on, achieve their goal, which is people enjoying the content that they're consuming. All right. So that's the end of the video. Hope it's a really good summary for 2025. That's what you should be concentrating on. And I'll be doing my part and trying to share more videos like